is who he is today. He is.
The Waymaker.
Yes.
The strong tower. Just call on my name.
Do you know who he is today? Still on the throne. Still on the throne. Yes. So how are you doing today? We trust that everything is going according to plan. We trust that you have not given up on your dream. Have you given up? Have you given up? I hope you have not. Because you know what? As long as you are breathing, there is a purpose for you. There's a purpose for you. Pause and think about that right there. There's a purpose. I wanted to speak, just before we do our shout out, I wanted to speak to those who are having problems in relationships. Here's a prayer that I prayed that may help you. A prayer that is very simple. And you may have prayed this before. And I said it earlier, I gave you a clue. Lord, change how I look at things. And I like to make confessions. Confess your faults one to another that you may be healed. I'm the first to admit my perception is off sometimes. When you ask God to change how you look at things, you're going to be more objective when he answers the prayer. You're going to be able to see what other people have been trying to tell you. You're going to be less disagreeable and more apt to find some common ground of agreement. Lord, change the way I see this girl, this man. Now listen, admission number 2. Ain't no sense of you thinking that attractions and hormonal fights and imbalance is going to go away. Ain't happening. You're going to always struggle. And you know what? One of the myths we need to destroy is this. You think you're going to find a man and then that's going to be the end of your struggle? You can forget it. The struggle continues. I mean, yes, the blissful times, somebody to hold you, I got it. But the struggle never stops, no matter if you're single or if you're married. Now, here's a good formula. Other than the prayer, Lord, change the way I see him or her, because you can't change him or her, but you can change you. So if you change how you see things, then chances are you're going to proceed different, because insanity is when you do the same thing, over and over and expect different results. So if you ask God to change how you see things and how you see people, then you're going to be more apt to do something different and more apt to be more in search of a common place of agreement. Even for fools and pimps, punks, and players, you can pray that. Because, for instance, you may be tied into the physical part. Pray that prayer. Lord, help me see what I can't see. And then when he shows it to you, you can't say it ain't there. Now, that's the second tier of the answered prayer, is when God finally shows you she ain't no good for you. Maybe she might be good for somebody else. He ain't no good for you. And see, what we do is we ignore that because we want what we want, and we don't want to stand alone in anything. And even if you're married, you can be alone. I mean, that's one of the greatest myths out there, is that, if I just get a man, a good man, if I just get a good man, if I just get a good man, if I just get a good man, I will be able to make it. Oh, come on, guys, come on. I know what you're saying, though, so we get it. But at the same time, remember this. It's how you see things. Even while you don't have a man or woman. I used to hear guys say, well, ain't no good girls out there, bruh. You be good to you, and God will send somebody your way. Because the first law of an answered prayer is to become the answer to the prayer yourself. Why do we want so much from other people and other entities and other organizations, and we're not honest in giving it to ourselves? If you want a king, then act like a queen. If a king don't come, you still got a throne. Can I get some help right there? If you want a queen, then act like a king. And if the queen don't come, you still got a throne. Can I get some help right there? There's no sense of dethroning yourself because you can't stand the chemical imbalance, the hormonal fights. If y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it real. So, hey, relationships on the weekend drive, baby. That's what we're talking about. We want to get to some shout outs right here. Let's go to some shout outs right now. I want to give a shout out to Latanya Scott. Thank you so very much. Latanya Scott is an artist. If you haven't heard about her, you want to go ahead on and hit her up on Facebook. Latanya Scott is an independent artist, loves the acoustic guitar. So I want to give a shout out to Latanya Scott this weekend drive, this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you may be listening on the demand side. I want to also give a shout out to Sisters Loving and Helping Sisters. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you. Want to also give a special shout out to Claire Salette, who has been holding it down for SIBN Sports on Select USA TV Broadcasting Network. Want to give a shout out also to my man Matthew Buggs, co-host of SIBN Sports. Thank you so very much. A real sharp young man. Want to give a shout out also to Leslie Wayne Duncan, who is the parent chair for the parent council at Morehouse College. Shout out to Leslie Wayne Duncan this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever you may be listening. And if those of you who are looking for ways to get your kids to Morehouse or Spelman, if you hit us up, we can put you in touch with Leslie as she continues to work the parent council there at Morehouse, and encourage those parents whose kids are on their way to a college of that type. And also she helps raise money for various projects right there at Morehouse. So I want to give a shout out to her on this morning. This is the Coach's Corner, man. We just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Who else we want to shout out today? Let's see if we got some good quotes on Facebook today. All right. Here's one from Altrina, actor, playwright, director. She says, "Lord, I lift your name on high." Y'all know that song. "I love to sing your praises. I'm away from my church family," she says, "but this AM I'm not away from the Lord. God, you deserve all the glory. You are awesome." And we want to also give a shout out to Lydia Salette for the Salette Arts Center over in Raleigh, North Carolina. I want to give a shout out to her this morning as she continues, as a jazz artist, continues to work with inner city kids in the fight to keep jazz alive. So I want to give a special shout out to her. All right. So how you doing? How did your week go? How's the job? You know, a lot of people are having a serious fight on their job. And so I want to give you something to just relax to as you think about your job, because y'all know how you get about Monday morning, you know. So I want to give you something in a few seconds to rely on. I'm trying to see if I have any more announcements. And, you know, sometimes we will play somebody from, let's do that. Let's go to Select USA TV's hottest links on Facebook, Mr. Engineer, and see if we can play an artist straight from Facebook this morning. And we encourage you in the Lord right here and right now. It's going to be a little tough here because I didn't give them a notice here. But let's see if we can do it. Okay, or we go to the artist showcase. Now, if you want to be featured on the CATL show, that's what we do. And, you know, a lot of people just post comments now on the artist showcase, but you're really supposed to be posting links to your music and to your work so that at any time if SIBN wants to feature you, you're already there. So let's just see who's there, who's posting music. All right. And let's see. We have VP next episode. And so if you want to be, while I'm looking for some, if you want to be an associate producer, by all means, you know, hit us up because we want associate producers nationwide so that we can give you some assignments and things that you can do to help the whole webisodes go a lot smoother. I see a lot of pictures for music, but I don't see a lot of links to music. So let's see. And VLP next episode seems to be managing Christian artists. So let's just, this is an experiment this morning. Y'all gonna bear with me. And it says video has been removed. So if you're posting links on the artist showcase and other places, please make sure your links are current. All right. Well, while we're searching, we're going to let that. We'll keep searching for that. All right. Are y'all ready? I think they're ready. Okay, what happened, Mr. Engineer? God has smiled. This is for those of you that are struggling on your job. A little something to relax your mind as you think about Monday coming up, or if you're already in the grind for Monday. God's smiling on you because you've been faithful. You're holding on. And you ain't cuss nobody out and smack somebody upside their head. You know what I mean? Coach, I'll be back.